Hello and welcome to another Just Watched. I'm Devin, with me is Billy as usual. Woo! I really gotta find another person for this show. Nothing wrong with you, Billy, I like to change it up a bit. But, no, where do we start on this movie? This is a childhood movie of ours. We've probably seen this over 100 times.
Oh.
And not exaggerating.
No. But, yeah.
The Great Outdoors. A John Candy movie.
Yeah.
With Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, this is basically for me, like, I watched, it's one of the movies, it's not someone to watch this movie.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Say that again, sorry?
It's like this is a movie that you gotta watch, like, to kick off summer. Like, this is a summer movie.
Oh, yeah. It is a summer movie. It's not a traditional summer movie for me, but, like, if you're in a mood for summer, this is a movie to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a John Candy movie. If you haven't seen or heard of John Candy, I hate you.
Yeah. Where the hell have you been?
Well, the younger generation, you gotta remember, we're kind of older now.
Yeah, that's true.
John Candy was a thing when we were kids.
Yeah.
But I strongly urge people to check out any John Candy movie.
Yeah,
he was an amazing comedian.
Oh, yeah, like...
He will be missed.
Yes.
But, so, simple plot of this movie is basically John and his family are going to a cabin out in the woods for a summer vacation for a week.
Yeah, like he just wants to spend some time with his boys, like him and his father.
Yeah, like, you know, the family tradition. We went camping. My father took me camping. Now I'm taking you camping. Doesn't fully understand that that's not the way the times have changed and the boys aren't really into this idea. But they're going along because Dad said so, kind of. Yeah. And Dan Aykroyd's family is going to drop in unannounced because Dan kind of wants to bum money off John.
Yeah.
And that's the premise of the movie. It's just them getting on each other's nerves.
Yeah,
really.
like it's like the standard, like...
One family's down to earth, kind of like middle class, and the other one lives high class and enjoys the finer things of life.
Yeah, and rubs it in.
Yeah, and tends to rub it in. Yeah. And I just find out that the guy who's in higher class is actually poorer than the middle class guy.
Yeah.
But just doesn't want to admit that to himself, really. And then there's this scene about a bear. More on that later. So, I guess, if you can, really call back to when you first saw this movie.
Ooh. Like, I'll say mid...
I don't need to know your age or anything. Just, I want to know your experience the first time you went through it, if you can remember.
Yeah, I remember, like, it was on one of the channels, and I just went, like, wow, this was saying it's on, I want to watch it, so I watched it, and
Yeah. First time watching it, there's a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
And a lot of things you'll miss. You need to kind of watch it, like, 3 times to get it all.
Oh, yeah. And then when you watch it when you're older.
Yeah. A lot of jokes. That's what I mean, like, 3 times.
Yeah.
At different times in your life.
Yeah.
You'll get all the jokes. But, yeah, my first time watching this, it was a movie.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, like, comedy is really hard to hit home with on me. But there were some laughs. The raccoon scene is hilarious.
Oh.
Those raccoons are amazing.
Yeah, just like...
The subtitles really sell it.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is that they go by so quick sometimes.
Yeah, they had to, like...
I had to rewind the scenes, like, what did the raccoon say?
Yeah. But, like, so what if you just hear the music, right?
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Then you're like, oh, here comes some shenanigans.
Yeah. It was like, someone was just like, oh, hey, come on. Like, hey, they're from Chicago. Kids, really good.
Today. They put rocks on the cans. That never works.
It's like, one of us was like, oh, they put the cans inside. Like, could we break in?
Why do you think we have the these asphyxiated thumbs to scratch our asses?
Like that.
Everyone's favorite scene, well, yours, the steak eating
Oh,
scene.
God.
I don't know how many times you quote this when we're out eating.
I know, like, yeah, why?
Yeah. And we live in a place where we actually have the John Candy Challenge.
Yeah.
Which is eat a giant steak.
Yeah. Not the size of what's in the movie.
Definitely not the size that's put in the movie. That's an exaggeration.
Yeah.
But it's a fair size steak.
72-ounce steak, I think.
It's a 72-ounce steak.
Yeah. And we don't agree that if one of us we're giving...
If we're on our deathbed or we know we're going to die or something, we're going to try it.
Yeah, and we give each other permission to quote the movie.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, the challenge is basically, if you can eat the steak, everyone eats for free.
Yeah.
Our challenge is, if you can eat the steak, the steak's free.
Yeah.
We're not as confident that you're going to get through it.
No.
That you're not going to get as through it as the movie.
No. Wait, processing very nicely.
Yeah. So the acting. Let's look at this. The acting. So, John does a great job. Normally, he's the annoyance in his movies. If you ever notice that.
Yeah, like Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah. What was the other one with the other dude? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm thinking the same movie. I just don't realize it. Canadian Bacon.
Yeah.
And, anyways, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, I know.
We can go through his library.
Yeah.
But,
which are all good recommendations to watch.
Yeah. Any of them.
Yeah.
But no, John in this one plays. He's being annoyed.
Yeah.
By Dan Aykroyd's character. And he sells it well. Like, he sells it as he's the dad who wants to have a good time up in the woods with his family, as he did with his father.
Yeah.
And every time Dan disrupts his plans to hang out with his family by either, oh, let's not do the pontoon ride, let's go on the water skis.
Yeah. Yeah, those speedboats. Like, what, pontoon boat? What are you gonna do? We take Omaha Beach?
Yeah.
I'm like...
And it just starts to slowly... His anger starts to slowly billow up. Which leads to our climax where they have the big falling out.
Yeah.
And then Dan plays the know-it-all. Dan always plays a know-it-all character. Did you ever notice this one?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. He has that way of talking where everything he says sounds like he's explaining it in a way that he's the expert. So it suits him very well to be that character in this. And then just always criticizing John's character for, it's like, oh, that's so primitive.
Yeah.
Why are you doing it that way?
Yeah, like I said, what would one look if you... I look like a barbarian for a week.
Yeah.
And, like, criticize when he goes out and buys, like, the lobster when he just wanted to grill up hot dogs on the barbecue.
Yeah. It sounds like something your family would do. Grill up hot dogs over lobster. To be honest, I would rather hot dogs than lobster, but I'm not a seafood eater.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, the kids, John's boys, do play off as the kids who don't really want to be there, but are going to try to make the best of it.
Yeah.
They admire their dad.
Yeah.
They respect him, but they're just not on board for this trip.
Yeah.
But the older one kind of goes off and he has a small little romance scene.
Yeah.
And the younger one is more stuck with Dad and doesn't mind it that much, but would rather do something else. And then Dan's kids are creepy, the Shine twins.
Yeah.
The Shining twins.
It's like, hey, do you have a feeling of the presence of extraterrestrial beings?
Yeah, it just zooms over to them just staring.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to do their heads to do one in and them to start spewing pea soup.
Like, what are you boys? Our boys only do that.
Yeah. And obviously, because of Dan's character, his kids do not connect with him.
No, like you can tell that, like there's like the scene was like, yeah, what? Kids look at him like he's Zeus, and my kids look like him like wacky air tools at Sears.
Yeah. Because you haven't done anything to impress them?
Yeah. Like you work most of the time?
Yeah, you're never really around? Which shows the contrast of, like, again, the richer people don't connect with their kids because they're too busy trying to be rich.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's probably...
Yeah. So, if you haven't figured out now, we're really struggling to criticize this movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's... because it's definitely different.
This is a very different from our usual programming. I can't really say anything wrong with this movie, but at the same time, like, as much as I say I recommend watching this, I can understand if someone is bored with it.
Yeah.
It is kind of old feeling.
Yeah, like, so you can tell it's a product of its time.
Yeah.
Like, it's an 80s movie.
Yeah.
You can easily tell that.
You can easily tell that. And you can easily see that it has not aged well, I want to say, but it's just, it's stuck where it is.
Yeah.
Especially with Dan Aykroyd's cell phone.
Yeah,
I remember having the brick phone.
Yeah.
And even when I got it, I was like, wow, this is ancient. I was like, oh no, that's an 80s phone. That's not that ancient. I was like, still old. I don't even know if I can call with this. I mean, I might as well use a tin can and rope.
Yeah, at this point.
Alright, I guess we put it off long enough, the bear.
Oh, God.
So, we start off with this camping adventure with John Candy's character telling a story about a bear.
Yeah.
That attacked them once when they were on their honeymoon.
Yeah. And I know, like, in this scene, when he's showing the flashbacks, you mentioned that he kind of looks...
Okay, I did mention this little nitpick. It's not even a huge issue.
No.
But John Candy in his flashback looks older than John Candy out of his flashback.
Yeah. Like,
And I think it's just because of the glasses he's wearing.
yeah, like, he has glasses on, but you never see him with glasses on...
He never wears glasses outside of the flashback.
Yeah.
So it never really dawns on you. It's like, oh, he has bad eyesight. Or it's like, his eyesight got better when he old aged?
It's like...
Anyways. I think if they switched that where he wore glasses
Yeah.
and they didn't have the one in the flashback, it would have worked better to... Anyways, probably nitpick. You don't really need to care that much. It's not like they constantly flash back and it's just from this one scene. But yeah, so he really builds up that this bear is a monster and that he bravely fended himself off with a shotgun, but missed and blew like the bear's hair off.
Like, shaved the top of his head off.
Yeah, shaved the top of its head off. How you do that with a shotgun, I will not know. You're the gun expert. You explain.
That I don't know.
What shot did he use?
I mean, it's possible.
Is it?
Like, because I heard, like...
Is it?
Well, I heard people getting shot and just getting grazed.
Yeah. I guess.
Like...
At that range, though, I don't know.
Yeah.
Fear of disbelief on that one, but...
Yeah, well, like I said, this movie, yeah, I'm not believing.
Yeah. Anyways, and then the bear gets away, and then he's like, it's still probably out there to this day.
Yeah. It scared the
And it scares the shit out of the whole family.
Yeah.
And, I know, it's like, that's the point, was he was telling a scary story. But everyone gets mad at him, and just like, really, you had to tell that story? And he's like, well, it's partly true, and no one cares to listen at this point. And then we find out later in the movie that he wasn't lying. There is a huge bald bear in the woods.
So, like, bald bear? A bald bear!
And the bear proceeds to chase him to the cabin. He gets in there. Everyone else is back fine.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the bear barges in. They have to try to fend off a giant bear.
Oh, big bear! Big bear, chase me!
Yeah.
Like that. Like, the scene when the bear is chasing him.
Yep.
It's like, leave me alone!
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's like, a lot of that dialogue is stuff I would do. Go away! Leave me alone! As if that would work. Shoot! Come on! I'm not worth the effort. Anyways, and then he eventually gets the lamp shotgun because someone converted a shotgun into a lamp.
Yeah, like the owner of the resort.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what did you do with this lamp?
It's loaded. And then they plug it in, and then he takes aim and blows the bear's ass clean.
Yeah. And you feel bad for the bear because the noise that bear makes.
Oh yeah, that bear lets out some howls as it runs off.
It's like, and the perfect shot, you see the night sky and just the bear.
Yeah, and you just hear the bear. And then we cut to the next morning, and that's it. The trip's over.
Yeah.
Everyone's packing up and going home.
Yeah. And also, one thing we got missed, the bat scene.
The bat scene was also good. There's a bat that gets into the cabin, and Dan and John have to work together to get rid of it.
Yeah. It's humorous.
Oh yeah. There's so many, like, this is setting up for a humor scene, and they deliver.
Oh yeah, that's just...
Yeah. Like, there's several scenes we just kind of even didn't mention, like the water skiing scene.
Oh yeah, there's so many, like, that's what I said, like, there's...
The just going to see the bears at the park scene.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to ruin these because...
No, like I said, because there's some other scenes that are just...
Yeah. So, this is one of those classic comedy movies where it follows beats. And you're looking probably at me like I have two heads.
Yeah,
Okay. So, do you understand what a comedy beat is?
Honestly, no.
Okay. I'll try to explain this the best I can, but I don't have the full grasp. I'm not a professional comedian. But a comedy beat is basically the movie, it's kind of like a heartbeat. So you have a high point where it's funny, a low point where it's not so funny, back to a high point.
Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. And every time the comedy hits, that's called a comedy beat.
Okay. Yeah, I will agree with you on this one. This is...
And the reason why we did it that way is because it's the same theory as the horror scale.
Yeah.
This is mentioned very well in Search of Darkness too. So,
Yeah.
but when you scare your audience, you get them to a 7. Now the next scare can only, like, say there's a scale of 1 to 10. If you scare your audience and you get them to a 7, the next scale that you can possibly get the higher than that is by 3, so a 10.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is tone it down to bring them back to a 1.
Yeah.
So that your next scale goes up by 9.
Yeah. Like, losing the false sense of security and...
Yeah, or just slow the action down.
Okay, this isn't too bad. Okay.
Yeah. And then, bah,
Oh my
you're
God.
back. Or then, bah, okay, I'm a little bit in. And then, bigger, bah.
Oh, really?
Well, you're still scared, but
Yeah.
you don't hit those levels,
Yeah,
like
you
the
know-
jumps as much as you would.
Yeah, you're not as freaked out.
It's the same thing with comedy. The laughs are high, and then if you're still constantly going with the joke, and then you put in another joke, the max you're going to get is like a 3 again.
Yeah.
Whereas if you bring in some slow scenes, everyone's like, okay, I'm still kind of chuckling about that scene, but it's over now, and this is kind of slow pace. I'm not really laughing. And then you throw in another comedy scene, it's going to jump.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and
no.
that's how you make a good comedy, in my
Yes.
mind.
No, that's... And... No, I like that explanation, Devin.
Thank you. I knew I was going to bring something to this. But we're going to call the episode here. I don't want to drag this out too long because there's not much else to say.
No, without
Really spoiling the movie. And
this is like one movie that we not...
Yeah.
Like...
I don't want to ruin it. If you know everything that's going to happen, it does make the movie a bore.
Yeah, no. And like, we want... If you haven't seen it, go see it and experience this.
Yeah. So, go watch The Great Outdoors.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Why are you still here? I don't know what you're waiting for. But, until next time, I'm Devin.
Billy? Yeah, I don't
Did
know
you
what the
forget
big
your name?
It's like, yeah, I don't know what the big deal is. Like, so I embellished a little bit, so I made the fags a little bigger.
What did you say? I want to clarify what Billy just said. He said, so I embellished a little bit, so I made the fangs a little bigger. But with that, we'll call it here. We're sorry.
I tried.
Yeah. Until next time.